Man, I tell you what, that intro, that'll give you chills, won't it?
It will.
There you go. Scott's giving out free rides tonight. I love it.
I say, I haven't worn this jacket in 4 years, and I've been taking ivermectin for 4 years, and I'm doing fine. I got kicked out of the beach truck stop wearing this one right here.
Why?
They said,
Had it on?
yeah, well, they said you couldn't come in to the beach truck stop without having a mask on 4 years ago, or 3.5 or whatever it was. So I did. I wore my mask.
And they didn't like it?
Oh boy, they did not like that.
Huh.
They asked me to leave. I says, well, either I'm leaving without paying for my fuel, or you're going to let me come in without a mask. And they're like, go ahead and take your mask off.
Oh, funny. Hey, Josh, what's up, buddy? Thanks for getting in. In case if you're just joining us here, Jesse Flath. Jesse's on here. Of course, we got Scott Bachmeier. Jesse, thanks for joining us, buddy. Appreciate it.
You
got some hot dish going there. We had trouble when we came on, right? But I was the guy having a trouble because
whoa! What's this wee stuff? Who had trouble?
me and my mug were having trouble.
Yeah, you have two guys that have been in audio since the early 90s. It wasn't our fault, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I had the mute button on my own microphone there. I started panicking a little, but these guys had it handled if I didn't get it figured out. So, and we're not. I don't know how many people we're going to have on from YouTube tonight, because I was just telling the guys Wednesday night, Clay and the boys got sniped because our intro video. Somebody reported that the prairie dog getting shot as cruelty to animals or something effect like that, but. Everybody joining us on Facebook and Rumble. And Clay's got our backup YouTube channel. I don't know if anybody found that yet. And we're on X too, and I can't tell how many people are on the website or Rumble, but we're actually getting pretty good views on Rumble. Clay can tell because he's the master blaster of this whole thing. I can't. So, oh, there's Clay right there. Evening, gentlemen. Guns in the 701 and Jamie. Gentlemen and Jamie. Yeah. Appreciate that. All right, guys. So, got Scott and Jesse on. I'm going to talk about something I'd like to call like the 701 rifle, or the model 701 concept of what would the perfect caliber and rifle be for North Dakotan to shoot anything from a coyote to a mule deer. Hey, what about moose and elk, JD? That's a once in a lifetime thing. If you get drawn for that, go borrow your buddy's 300 Win Mag. So I'm talking about every day kind of a rifle thing. Everybody's got their shit hit the fan rifle thing. What would you have for that? We're not doing that. We're going to do like a hunting rifle and a target rifle. And you can't be something, in my opinion, my rifle's not going to be something. You can go to the range and shoot 20, 30, 40 rounds, not kick the shit out of yourself with it. So that excludes any 300 Win Mags or 7mm Rem Mags for a guy of my size. Jesse can probably shoot that like a cork gun, but a guy like me weighs 200 pounds, no dice. But all right, so guys, I'll tell you what, let's start off with what you think the best caliber would be for what I just mentioned for North Dakota. So Jesse, why don't you lead us off with that one? You're more of a shooting kind of a guy than me, so I love to shoot, but Jesse probably does a lot more than I do even.
Well, I already know what Scott's answer is going to be.
No, I don't. You're up there, Jesse. Let's go.
Yep.
We can't see that. It's too bright.
Right. I see a lever evolution.
4570.
Oh, Gene would probably like that.
I couldn't say it with a straight face.
Oh, the mayor of Mobridge right now is just like so excited.
There he is right there. He's hard to figure out. You're banned from Screw Tube. Yeah. For a week we are, Gene. We got a backup, but you found us on Facebook anyway. So,
that's a question a lot of people talk about, Jamie. I'm one of the people that has the opinion that a lot of people overgun. But then it's also, what range are you comfortable hunting in is going to make a difference on what you can have as your all-around gun.
I'm saying 500-yard maximum.
Then just about anything.
Okay. What would your specific choice be? I had it narrowed down to 3. When it comes to me, I'll get more specific. But
so 500 and under, when you talk about recoil and how often you can shoot it without
Right.
prairie dogs or varmint hunt. Or
to stay proficient with it. You know what I'm saying? Go to the range and not kick your ass when you're shooting.
And just
or
if you're
go
going to do a lot of shooting.
Right.
You know, and it depends on what your definition is of a lot of shooting. You know, shooter fatigue is a real thing if you're shooting 200-300 rounds in a day shooting prairie dogs, or if you shoot 20 rounds at coyotes, or if you shoot 2 rounds while deer hunting. So, but if you want something you can do everything with, you need to have recoil in mind. One of the calibers that I didn't have for many, many, many years, and now I have a few of them. When Scott and I were down in Texas a few years ago hog hunting, we walked into an awesome giant sporting goods store down in Uvalde, Texas. And I would say that at least 30% of the total ammo on all the shelves in that store was 243 Winchester.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if that is the round that I would choose personally, but I think for a lot of people, that would be when people want a gun, that's one of the rounds I suggest.
Mm-hmm.
It's available everywhere. You can load it down to, I think, 56 grains or something like that.
Yeah, like the VMAX they got for them, I think.
Right. You know, and you can load it up to about 115 grains, somewhere in there. 105. It depends on the twist you've got. You know, just pulled my manual here. It looks like you can get bullets down to 58. And then this only shows bullets up to 105. But we know there's some 115, 118 grain bullets. But you're going to have not a factory barrel if you're going to do that. It won't stabilize. But I would say for man, woman, child, deer and under, 500 yards and under, pretty hard to beat the old 243.
Yep. I would agree with that, and that was one of my final ones that I had it down to. Like I said, I had it down to 3. But you know, like a box of 243, just because I got it down to what I was talking about here, Jesse. Most of the time, what I see people shooting into 243 is like the 100 grain power shock.
Yep.
Which I always seem to shoot good, and whether it's an AR or a bolt action,
the old Remington green box.
And yeah, those are for 20 rounds. You're looking at about $31, right?
Which something it used to be 9, not that many years ago.
Right.
I sound old now, but
yeah, well, you're getting old. Don't kid yourself. So, and
enough.
and the varmint rounds like you're talking about, Federal has varmint and Predator 75 grain hollow points. 20 rounds. That's going to run you about the same, about $30, maybe a little under. You can get the bulk pack of that, as you can get Power Shock in 200 round packs too. But you know, and that's, you know, the varmint rounds going 33.75, and the 100 grainers. These are 24-inch barrels, of course. I would go with the 20-inch barrel on something because I run suppressors, which I'm maybe assuming you would too. The Power Shock 100 grains going 29.60. So that
I shoot a 87 grain VMAX out of a 20-inch barrel at 32.45.
Nice. Smoking.
And that goes in every one I've got. It's loaded a little bit long, which I loaded that specifically for the first, what I would call my first long-range gun. It's the same make and model as Scott's 6.5 Creedmoor. And I loaded it to the throat of that gun, but I bought 2 or 3 other 243s, and when I really started measuring things, I used that same round in all of them, including.
Just don't grab it. Hey, don't grab it. They'll kick us off.
Oh, they will?
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
Jesse, don't pick it up. Yeah. They probably won't, but if there's somebody
who will kick us off? YouTube?
Yeah. Facebook will too.
What a bunch of commies.
But yeah, we're still on now.
That might kick them off too.
So, if that happens, go to our website. But anyway, yeah.
Fair warning.
Fair warning. Yeah, fair warning. www.gunsonthe701.com if we get run. X, you can go on X and Rumble. They don't kick you off for anything either. But yeah, so you got that in the AR and the bolt. All the L shoots good and all those.
I do. I've actually got. I bought a lighter total weight bolt gun. And I actually have my night vision on that right now. plans are to put it on this AR-10.
Yep.
I haven't had it long enough. I don't quite have it squared away yet to where I've got a load that I like for it. So it's
do they make those in like the lighter platform, like the DPMS made them Gen 2s, and I know some other companies like Ruger's making that, whatever it's called, the lighter weight.
Well, this particular one right here with just a regular scope on it, with the suppressor, with the real light adjustable stock, it only weighs, it's under 9 pounds.
Oh, really? What's with your glass and everything on? Well, that's not bad then.
You know, once I put the night vision
like
on,
a normal.
Yeah, once I put the night vision on and put my heavy stock on it, my adjustable heavy stock, my PRS, it'll probably be about 11. But
yeah, but again, you're like, for you, it would be good because if you're walking around, if you don't know Jesse, and if anybody Jesse's, well, how tall are you, Jesse? Like 6'8"?
About 6'6".
Really? Yeah, and he's a big dude. He's not a little scrawny beanpole guy. He's a big man. So that'd be like nothing for you to carry it around. So, because I had a full size AR for years hunting with, and I was like, after a couple of years, I said, there ain't no way I'm lugging this 308 around.
Well, one thing I like about it, going back to that first 243 I had, that's the same as the one gun Scott has. That has a 26-inch barrel that's 1 inch all the way, and with suppressor, scope, ammo, sling, everything, bipod.
Yeah.
That gun's just shy of 18 pounds.
Oh, shit.
And the first 2 years that we hunted tournaments, and we probably hunted, what, Scott, a dozen tournaments a year, plus all of our recreational shooting.
Yeah.
I carried that gun all winter.
Ooh.
That got heavy after a 2-day tournament.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't doubt. I mean, even a big person, that's.
But you take that gun and put it in a 6.5, any 6.5, 6.5 284 Creedmoor, 6.5 300, the new super hyper fast version. The recoil's nothing. I mean, my girls, when they were 7 and 8 years old, were shooting that Creedmoor off the bench on bipods, and there's just no recoil. It feels like you're shooting a 22 mag. That's awesome. You know, so that's one thing I kind of stay away from the really light guns. I only have one, and I'm the only one that uses that because now my girls are 10 and 12. My 12-year-old can shoot just about anything. She's built like me. She's a little bigger than average. 10-year-old Caitlin, she's a little finer boned and a little smaller. I'm not going to put her behind something that's going to give her a shoulder mark, and now she doesn't want to shoot anymore.
That's the worst thing you can do.
You know, so I'd say if you want the kid to carry the gun themselves, you got to pay attention to weight a little bit.
Yeah.
But a little extra weight so that recoil isn't so bad is a number one thing for me and kids.
And that suppressor will suck up a bunch of that recoil too, so that's nice.
It will. The only bad thing about suppressors on all guns is it makes them real barrel heavy. So if you're trying to carry them on a sling, they want to tip over.
Yeah. Yep.
So that can be difficult for a kid to figure out when they're carrying a gun in the field.
Yep. Yep. All right, I'll tell you what, we're going to hit a few of these comments here. Jesse, it looks like we got, all right, so Axe says, and Prairie Dogs, for sure, 243 on Prairie Dogs. I mean, my buddies have shot, for 243 is awesome on Prairie Dogs. So, let's see, Josh, not much, just got back. All right, he just got back. We got Clayton on there. I heard the cork getting pulled. Mike O. Deacons, what's up, Mikey D? He's joining in us here. Gene Cox, yep, okay, yeah. 4570 kicks my bad shoulder, but I like the caliber. That's a Mikey D. Josh, 243 be a good choice. Man up, just say 7mm08, Gene said. Okay.
You know, that's a good option.
Yeah.
A little more bullet weight, same recoil.
308 case neck down to 7mm.
Yeah, but
there you go. Red breast. We got to get you on the drinks with the 701, Jesse.
Yeah, the problem with the 7M. The 7M08 does not have the ballistic coefficient that the other rifle has. It is a terrible ballistic coefficient.
It
Really?
is, but under 500 yards.
Yeah, that's kind of why I kept it. Most people aren't going to shoot at a deer at
Did
500.
you see how windy it was today? We're dealing right now, dealing with 50-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm still shooting coyotes today.
But you shoot a lot, though, Scott. So let's. All right. So we got Jesse. Jesse's locked in on that 243. We're gonna go through these bullets first, and we're picking everybody's out, and then we're gonna get into some rifles. But all right, Scott, give us your opinion on your North Dakota caliber here, your 701 caliber.
So first off, my 6.5 Creed. That is. Hold on there, Jesse.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Jesse says his 243 was like 20 pounds or whatever like that, 18, 19 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And after a 2-day hunt, it was heavy. Mine is 24 to 26 pounds. And I never had a damn problem. I'm a lot smaller than he is. So I had no problem. My caliber of choice, if you're going to shoot everything from coyotes and not keeping any coyotes, by the way.
Yep. Yeah.
Because if you're going to do that all the way up to elk and moose, and that relies on how accurate of shot you are and shot placement, I'm going to go with the 270.
Really? Okay.
Oh, you did pick it.
Oh, Jesse, damn, he's right on it. 130 grain barns. Dang.
No,
you got me with that one. I wasn't ready for that.
I know the BC on the 270 is probably not where it needs to be, where I like it to be, where I'm at now for shooting. But if you're going to pick an all around, that's the one I'd pick. It's a very easy round to find on the store shelves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, like my 6.5 Creed, which I carry every day. Every single day of my life, I have that in my pickup, and I shoot it a lot. But you can't always find 129 SSTs which shoot good out of my rifle. That's the ones I like to shoot, especially long range, anything from 6 to 1,000 yards. That's what I like to shoot out of that. You can't always find that, but you can always find 270s.
Yep. Travis wants to know what a coyote is, Scott.
Coyote.
Hey, come over to Western North Dakota. Should I say it like that? What's that guy on TV? Coyote or coyote? Coyote.
Yeah, there are a lot of people say coyotes. Yeah. All right, hold your thought there. I'm going to get into a few more of these comments here. So
Gene Cox out of nowhere, the 270. What do you mean?
Josh Patterson said he loves the 7M 08. He bought one a few years ago here. Mikey D started his boy off with the Mossberg Patriot 243. It has that smaller barrel, fluted and adjustable butt to size. All right, yeah. I mean, I know a guy who's got a Patriot. He loves that sucker too. So, and Josh Patterson, the son, says 6.5 Creed. He loves his.
I do too.
Gene Cox, bolt action rifles are like wild women and cougars, only not as dangerous. We got a story about cougars here at the end of the show, by the way. Anyways, Gene.
Oh, she ain't 380.
Whalen Little Eagle 223 FMJ do all for cranial placement. Yes, it will.
Got a lot of full metal jackets.
Just Josh likes your 270. Yeah, Gene said out of there. You guys are ahead of me on that. Scott, just bullshitting you. Like your definition, it's great. Your pronunciation, anyways.
Is what it is.
All right, Scott. So you got anything else you want to add on that 270 before? Because we're gonna hit our first break after you. If you got anything else to add here, and then we come back, I'll give you my technical breakdown.
You hit your sponsors because this is what's paying for us having a lot of fun today, right here. And
right on.
The Ruger 1022. We have shot a lot of stupid stuff with the Tuga. But we'll wait till after the break to talk about that.
Love those Rugers. All right, here's our first ad, guys. Hang in there.
Located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake. mistake. Make no mistake. Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308. 701-258-6308. Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Right on. Lauer Auto's been with us since the beginning. Doug and the boys down there are awesome. If you go in there and do some business with them, make sure and tell them you heard it on Guns in the 701 or 701 Nation, and you appreciate them sponsoring our show. All right,
Hey,
Scott.
does he work on semis?
I don't know. He's listening. We'll see if he types it in the comment there. Axe, you work on semis?
Well, and I, besides working on semis, I want to know who spots for prairie dogs laying like they're posing for a 1999 high school photo.
That was him right there.
No, he probably won't work on semis now.
That's how he crawls underneath them and looks around with his binoculars. All
Sorry.
right, Scott, you were going to say you have 270s. You're going to hit Corey was talking 1022s.
No, I just said, Jesse and I, the only wedding gift that I had when I got married, that was for me, was from Jesse Flath, and it was a 1022 Ruger.
Perfect, man. You can't get a better one now.
It was the first rifle I ever had a scope on in my life. I shot open sights all the way up until he got me into shooting with a scope on a 1022 of all things. And we shot a lot of stuff with a 1022, from pigeons to pheasants to grouse to skunks and coyotes and
we went out
porcupines.
To hunt the first time, and I pulled 870 Wingmaster out of the back seat. He pulled a 13-foot long single shot bolt action long tom 12 gauge.
It's the goose gun.
I pulled out a Ruger 270 bolt action M77 Mark II. He pulled out a 30-06 M1.
1903 Springfield, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
With the flip-up sights.
Two guns he had.
Blood plates smash their heads when they're wounded, right?
So about 2-3 years later, when he was getting married, I decided, you know what? I think it's time for him to come at least into like the 20th century.
Yeah.
So that's what he got.
They invented those in the 60s, right?
Get this, Jamie. I flew from Denver, Colorado to Bismarck post 9/11 with a rifle to his wedding.
Really? Dang. That's awesome, man.
It was interesting. I got there.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Hey, you can keep that thing forever, man. You got a good story about it, and they're awesome rifles. I won one in October, right off Facebook, actually,
nice.
straight from freaking Ruger.
So nice. You can win one off Facebook, but you can't show one on Facebook.
Yeah. I've seen it on there, and I was like, I'm going to win anything on this. And all of a sudden, I got an email. I'm like, this has got to be bullshit, right? Nope, I won it.
I got the comment, Jamie. Lawler says, or Axel Hondo says, we do not work on semis.
Okay. Axel Hondo, yep. That's who we got right there, yep. He don't work on them. Oh, okay, well, whatever. You got your own sponsor for a repair shop, right? So you won't even need an axe to do anything.
Not for semis, I do not.
All right. All right. So you guys got Jesse is the 243, Scott's the 270. That's which Clay told me in conversation. That's what he would have picked. So to me, that's too much recoil for some people, or like Jesse was talking about, younger people.
Well, you never stated that when you started this conversation. You said it all around from coyotes. He's the one. Jesse brought it in with kids. You didn't say that because I don't have kids. I don't have to worry about that.
I'm thinking people's wives.
But I guarantee you come down to Branding on May 31st, I'll have 20 kids that'll be more than willing to shoot a 330 at Lapua all day long, and they won't complain about it.
I mean, I'll shoot it with a suppressor or a muzzle brake on, but straight up, no way. I don't.
Yeah, these kids won't care.
Well, when I was a kid, I didn't give a much either. So,
yeah.
All right, so I had it down. I had it. What does Gene say here? Are you using any of the other wedding gifts 20 years later, other
Not
than
a.
1022?
I have no idea, Gene. No idea. Like we got, the normal stuff that you move into a house with, but I already had that stuff because I know what a
Yeah.
five and dime store is. I know what the Salvation Army is. I don't need to go and buy China. Nobody does that anymore, right?
Penfield auction monthly sales.
There you go. Dollar items.
Corey's got it's a toss up for him between his Savage 99 243 and his Diamondback AR 22. So, hey, we did the whole 223 thing. Scott and I did that show, and I mean, to 200 yards for sure. But
and honestly, you can take an elk with a 223. You just have to have the right shot placement,
right.
and you got to be a lot closer.
If you don't care about wrecking a skull plate or something, like Waylon said,
should never worry about it because they never use the original skull plate for much anyway.
Not
you can always
European.
They might give you a wider one, anyways, if you break it.
You can. Taxidermists are so good, it doesn't matter.
Well, if Eric Newman was listening, he could give us his spiel on that. He's a taxidermist, but I haven't.
It's probably not fun, but I mean, they can still reconstruct it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so
dead is dead.
I had it down. You guys all know I'm a 308 man and a 6.5 Creed man, and the 243 was in there for me. But I took the 243 out because if you go down to varmint rounds, the Creed, you can get the 95 grain VMAX that's going 3,300, which is 75 feet per second slower than the 75 grain 243. There the Glenn Levitt, Jesse's he's getting all he's like stale cracker with his whiskey barrel thing there. So I X'd out the 243 because if you go up to a deer load, like I said, the 100 grainer in the 243, 6.5 Creedmoor, if you get the American whitetail, and I know guys who shoot this, I've seen it, it's awesome as well. 129 grainers going 28-20. Yeah, it's slower, but it's heavier and it's got a higher BC, so it'll retain that speed and energy at a longer range. 308. Yeah, I mean, if you want, 308 was the first one to get out for me, even though I love the 308. Because if you try to get a varmint bullet over the counter in 308, good freaking luck. I mean, the Nosler Varmageddon ballistic tip, 20 rounds, and that crap's $45. I mean, the average, especially with Biden as president, the way everything costs, there's no damn way you're going to shoot prairie dogs at $46 a box. And but 150 grain, like a Federal Power Shock, 20 rounds, $31. Federal Power Shock kicks ass. I use it. I know people use it. It's accurate. And I mean, you get a lot of variety in 150 grain and 308. So that comes back to, you guys know what I said. 6.5 Creeds, definitely. I know it's a man bun. Some people are going to gag me. Sorry, that thing freaking works.
It does work.
There's a multitude of ammunition for it. Recoil is relatively freaking low. Even out of a crappy gun, I've seen them things shoot freaking good. I've never seen a Creedmoor shoot like crap. I mean, a crappy Creedmoor would shoot like a 1.1 inch 3-shot group usually. I mean, and most of the time, the things will shoot 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, which is more than enough to shoot a freaking coyote at 500 yards, and it's still retaining enough energy at that range to freaking drop it, So 6.5 Creedmoor for sure is easily for me. It was an easy choice as as 701 cartridge.
I agree with you. The USDA trapper's out at my place yesterday, and he is carrying a 6 Creed. That, and Jesse and I had this conversation before. That 6mm, you can utilize all of those, but you're talking about right off the shelf, easy to get ammo.
Yep.
That's why I kind of went with the 270, but I carry 6.5 Creed. People make fun of me too, and then they're the same ones that ask me for help when they can't find their deer or they hit an elk that they can't find, and then I can finish it off for them with that. So, yeah. But the 6 Creed I know is creating a lot of buzz right now.
Yeah. And I thought of that one too, but yeah, like you said, this cost of that really kind of threw it out for me as something that people would just go buy 2-3 boxes. And because what is a box that offhand, Jesse? Do you know?
Of 6?
Yeah.
6 Creed. I mean, you can pick up. So going back to that, I picked 243 over the 6 Creed based solely on ammo availability because 243 is everywhere.
Yep, for sure.
All a 6 Creedmoor is a 243 factory gun with faster twists so you can shoot some heavier bullets.
Right.
If you reload and own them both, you only got to buy 1 box of lead. I'd say I'm really bad at factory ammo, Jamie. I haven't bought a box of factory ammo in probably 10 years.
Yeah, you're heavy into the reloading, huh?
Well, I got into reloading when the first kind of go-around happened where you couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
And that was why I got into reloading.
All right, so we're talking 6mm Creed, right?
Yeah, look up a Hornady 87 grain.
I mean, not as bad as I thought, really, Jesse. Hornady Varmint Express 6mm Creed, the 87 grain. I mean, not cheap by any means, but 20 rounds is $40.
It's all that expensive now.
Jamie, can I interject one thing really quick?
Absolutely.
I don't know if you have the potential to do this or not.
Okay.
But I have a box of shirts that I would like to donate to your show for anybody listening.
Okay.
They're all women's sizes, from small to large women.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. I know plenty of women who want those.
Okay. And this comes from a good friend of mine down in Rapid City.
How many you got?
40.
So if you listen on the podcast, which we do get a lot of, our podcast is actually doing good and dumb, but they were, let's go Brandon, #FJB.
Yeah, and they're different colors. You know, I mean, this is up to you because I'm not going to mail these out. Okay. Yeah,
no, yeah.
I don't get the town VR, but they're nice shirts. They're really nice, soft cotton shirts.
I'll tell you what, you get them to me, and I'll get I'll talk to the people who want
Here's
them.
the thing.
They'll donate, and then me and you will split it. How's that?
Next Tuesday, I'll be back in Mandan. I have some meetings up there.
Perfect.
And you can have the entire box, and you can give away what you want, but I want to make sure to interject that before you get too deep into the conversation here.
Lynette already said she wants one.
I know, but here's the thing. She didn't even invite me. It was Jesse's and I idea to do a drinking podcast. And now she didn't even invite me.
You guys said, yeah, I did. I
what do you do with whiskey? You drink it.
Hey, I did invite you. You never responded to my messages.
I'm busy, man. Jesus.
Okay, well, that's why we did it.
Got to come out to the ranch. May 31st. May 31st, you come out here.
You guys were kicking tires, and I had to light the fires here on that one. So
get it done.
Well, guess what? A week from tonight, you guys are more than welcome to come on and drinks with the 701. What we're doing is get your homemade fireball. Matter of fact, Brian Wanner's bringing me some down tomorrow for the gun auction. The Wolf's doing a gun auction out at the Seven Seas, whatever it's called, right? And, I'm meeting him there. He made me a nice label for it. It's some red eye, I think. But yeah, so if you guys want to be on next Friday at 8, we're doing that. There's still slots open on the live stream. Clay and Mikey D are on there, and hey, it's going to be good. So, okay, let's do some comments here first, guys.
Yeah, Hondo, he just put up that 22-250 would be an option. I agree with that out to about 300 yards, especially if you're going to use it for deer, because a 22-250 off the shelf, 55 grain is about as heavy as you can shoot out of it to get it to stabilize. So you're going to lose a lot of energy past 300.
So I disagree a little bit with that, because I will stretch a 22-250 out to 300-400 yards, and I have no problem doing that. I love the 22-250. It's a great round.
Shot placement. It's all shot placement.
It is shot placement. When it gets to elk and bigger game animals, I would want to be close enough to make sure I could hit right behind the ear or in the eye socket.
So here's the thing. I would agree with that, and Axe and I should actually do a test, because we did a ballistic gel test out of my 16-inch barreled AR, 55 grain Sierra Bowtail soft point at 250 into 16 inches of gel, and you could tell by the expansion in the gel when it blows up in there. That sucker expanded and went all the freaking way through the gel. He couldn't even recover that thing.
What distance were you doing that for, Jamie?
250 yards.
Try to do it at like a 300-400 yards. See what that does. That'd be interesting to see what that does on ballistic gel.
That's what I'm saying. Do it with that. But now that he's got his own reloading thing, he's got his 250. We should load that up with that bullet because I got a shit ton of Sierra. They're hunting bullets in the 224 caliber, so we can load that up.
The problem I have with that, Jamie, is I wish there was a good way to test bone penetration.
Yeah, so we thought about going to like the meat market and getting some beef ribs or something and sticking them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we thought, going through the bone first, because I don't want it going in and blowing up and then it doesn't penetrate,
That's interesting. Josh says that his 22-250 likes the 60 grain Hornady interlock, which if the interlock is a flat-based bullet, I can see it liking that. I tried to shoot some 64 grain boat tail spire points out of mine, and I had like a 6-inch group at 100.
You know what? I got some 64 grain bonded Nosslers, Jesse. I should drop some off for you and try them because they won't come apart. And we shot them at 200 yards into gel, and we caught one. It went through like 32 inches of this shit.
Wow,
that was out of my but it pedaled out. But I mean, through a 22-250 velocity, or even an AR with a 20 or a 223 with a 24-inch barrel, that would open up way better. But
right.
So let me get some comments here. You guys are ahead of me on the comments. Whalen Little Eagle says he's put down Tatankas with 223 FMJ one shot.
Hold on now. We got to do this. So Whalen Little Eagle has way more options to attempt to put down Tatankas. Once in a while, Whalen, we'd like you to invite me over here. I'm originally from that area, so it'd be nice to come back home, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think that'd make a great freaking radio show for you too. There,
I agree.
I'll come down and video it then. So Lynette, hey, there you go, Lynette. Jesse,
oh, he's got a 1 and 9. That's why.
Okay,
Jesse, you got to wait for Jamie. He's way behind.
Yeah, Jesse, you gonna join us on drinks? Yeah, for sure. Show the Stein, Jamie. All right, Lynette wants to see the Stein. Yep, this Stanley Stein.
Oh, you jumped on the bandwagon, you Beyonce guy. Actually,
I bought this thing when Kmart closed their doors, so I was way ahead of the yuppies, man. I was way ahead of them. Amen, Jesse. Last factory ammo I bought was for Scott. That was Gene Cox. Lynette, Lynette. I definitely recommend these for sucking beers. What do you got there, Jesse? That's your
Gene Cox. I agree. 25-06 was the first center fire I bought that I still have.
So 25-06 is one of those rounds where you can load it up very high and you can load it down very low. It is probably one of the most universal rounds for reloaders out there, but I thought we were talking off the shelf.
Yeah, we are. So if you get that, you're gonna break the bank trying to shoot that thing, and you go to the range and have some fun.
No,
you ain't gonna break no bank.
Look it up. Oh, you didn't get
28 Nosler.
Yeah, $100 a box for 20 rounds.
That will break the bank.
No, it will not.
$100 a box.
If you're going to take a 28 Nosler,
you didn't make any money last year.
I bought Nosler. When you go out and you shoot a 28 Nosler, how many times do you expect to shoot?
100.
Once.
Once. Right, but guess
what? I
did
not pick this for prairie dogs.
Right. Hey, that's why we're talking all around. One rifle is good for. Okay.
I thought we were going to be building a rifle pretty quick.
We are going to, but I'm done. Right. We are going to.
Oh, okay. Sorry to jump the gun.
I think there's one round.
No pun intended.
One round that we're all missing. The round that has probably taken more animals in North America in its lifetime than any other round out there.
30-06.
Nope.
30-30.
Yes.
Oh, the 30-30. Not at 500 yards.
Want to bet?
To
I will bet you $1 you cannot hit anything at 500 yards with your 30-30 in one shot.
On.
Okay.
Shit, I might even get in on that one. All right, hold on a second here. Great. Massive 777. Great show tonight. 6.5 Creed or 3.08. All are great all around. Yes, I agree, man. I love both of them. I love them. Okay, that's what you guys got there with Axe with the 22-250. Lynette loves it. All right, thank you. You got the 25-06, 22. You got this. Man, you guys were way ahead of me. Hey, my buddy Leon down replying to Axel Hondo. Look at the soda pop in that fridge. Okay. Leon is down. He's at the.
That's Jesse's fridge. He's
Hey,
got.
Leon, if you're watching, buddy, look at the shirt I'm wearing right here. You see that? Right
What
there.
is that? The bearded Santa Claus?
It's the 701. He's right there. 2A 701. That's what his sign is right there on Facebook. I'm wearing his shirt right here.
Nice.
Yeah. Corey, he's stuck on that 22. Corey, isn't he? That's all right. Guy must night hunt and shoot him in the head or something. I don't.
But here's the thing, though. So without buying ammo off the shelf, the 22 Creed is something I would really like to try out.
Yeah.
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 It's hard to
Hey.
find right now.
Right.
Yeah,
but the thing is, here's my point on this whole deal. Most people don't reload, right? That's maybe in our circles they do, because we probably know guys who are hardcore shooters will shoot a ton. But most people, and I know a bunch of people who don't go to the gun range. God, you know how much ammo costs? Yeah, I do. But you like shooting them in the guts or what? Get your shit out there and get more proficient with your rifle, man.
Gene.
Yep. I agree with Gene, Mr. Mayor, at this one right now.
Might be mixing that drink a little. Gene, 30-30 at 500 yards. You might be mixing that drink a little bit strong, Jesse.
Well, he's already done 2 different versions of really terrible liquor.
Oh,
Ew.
Redbreast and Glenlivet are terrible.
No, they're not.
well.
Now what are you on to?
Hey, just like rifle calibers, it's all about what you like, man.
I agree. As long as you're shooting, I'm good. But drinking, on the other hand, what's this one?
This one is something I bought by mistake up in Minot.
It's Minot.
It's called Belfour. And it is a
Finish with
bourbon.
Texas pecan
We can't see the last one.
wood.
Wood.
Hardwood.
And let me tell
Pecan's
you,
good smoking wood.
that is good. In fact, I will bring this with me tomorrow.
So
All
here,
right.
so if we want to get on, just to interrupt here, Jamie, sorry about taking over.
Yeah, you got to do a whiskey show. All right, good.
So I had a bet today with a couple neighbors of mine, and the whole thing was about, I'll bet you $1 that you can pick a whiskey that's better than this and this and this.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, Pappy Van Winkle, 25-year. You guys can do your search right now, Pappy Van Winkle, any Pappy Van Winkle. My goal is to buy one of those bottles before I die, and if I don't drink it before I die, everybody's having something at my funeral.
Well,
Because if you have not heard the story
I
about
gotta
that one,
outlive you first, but
well, I guarantee you'll do that the way I'm going at my life.
all right. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna hit our next. This is our double ad here, and then we're gonna come back, and then you put your thinking caps on, boys. If you're
Got
gonna
it.
build a rifle, and I'm gonna compare, is it worth it? I can tell
Yep.
you what my build's gonna cost, and you guys, if you got one in mind, you tell me. Is it worth it to build one versus what you can buy? So that's what we're gonna hit on when we come back here. So we're gonna do our, like I said, we're gonna do our double ad here, and this will be a couple minutes. Yep. If you got a little, what's it called? Armin's always got his thing there on your show. He's the prostate. All right, let's just do this. I'm babbling.
What are you talking about?
Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Discover the world of firearms at Bismarck's Double H Gun Shop. With a wide range of products from handguns to rifles, we cater to all your shooting needs. We are your local gun experts. Not only do we sell firearms, reloading supplies, targets, and whatever your heart desires, but we also have a ton of knowledge and answers.
We shoot, we hunt, we compete, we reload.
It's been the Howard's way since 1976, and we ain't fixing to change anything. Visit our website at hahgunshop.com to browse our inventory. Double H Gun Shop, Bismarck's best new and used firearm reloading supply, gunsmithing, and sporting goods store. Double H Guns.
Double H Guns.
1021 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota. Call 701-223-4888.
That's right. And if you don't support our sponsors, you know what you are?
Person.
That's right. That's right. And hey, all the ammo we're talking about here tonight, I guarantee you can go down, talk to Daryl and the boys at Double H Gun Shop. They'll have it in stock, and then they'll put you in the right direction.
Including 28 Nosler.
Yeah, that's right. $99 a box, no matter where you go.
Yep.
But if you tell Daryl you heard it on here, he might give you a little break on it.
$97.75.
Perfect. Get yourself half a beer.
Not in Bismarck.
All right, guys. Like I said before the break here, we're gonna talk about rifles, custom builds, and if it's worth doing that compared to going and buying one off the shelf here. So, Scott, I'm going to let you start off on this one. Jesse started off on the bullets. We're going to let Scott hit off on this one.
What's your question?
What would you rather do? Well, if you got a custom built rifle, what would you do with that? Or would you just say to hell with it and say, this is what my 701 rifle would be, and go buy one?
Okay. Oh, that's a tough one. So I think the guns have, rifle manufacturers have definitely gotten better over the years. Not all of them.
Way better.
Okay. I had the fortune of meeting Ron Colburn with Savage when he owned Savage, and he started the custom shop in Savage. And he would come out every single year and shoot prairie dogs with his engineer team. And he would take these rifles through their limits. And I mean, take them to the limits where I saw him shoot so much. He said, Scott, I need a beer. I opened up the cooler and he dunked the barrel of the rifle in it, cooled it down, and kept shooting because he wanted to test these barrels to their limit.
Love it.
And that's where I was like kind of sold on this, on how he does it. So I don't know how Savage kind of went with different owners and everything, but I think that their custom shop still does a phenomenal job at their red trigger. And that's what my 6.5 Creed is. It's a heavy rifle. It's sturdy, it's stable, and I can reach out a long ways with it.
Yeah. I confirm that.
However, yeah, you did. Yeah, you saw me shoot an antelope.
Yep.
On the other side, I had Alliance Custom Armory build me a 28 Nosler, and Jesse was witness on me hitting a coyote at 1,147 yards.
Damn.
Using that. So I think if you're going to buy one off the shelf, if you're looking at going into a gun store, make sure they're from a custom shop out of that whether it's Remington, Savage, whatever it may be. Or go custom. I think absolutely. Is it worth the money? Yes, it is worth the money. If you want to make sure your shot counts, it's worth the money to get a rifle that has the right barrel, right action, the right stock that fits you, everything that's going to work for you and makes it comfortable for you to shoot. And that can come in off the shelf at $300 up to $3,500, $5,500, $6,500. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what you pay for it. If it makes it comfortable for you to shoot and you're confident, it's worth it. 100% worth it.
Yep. All right, Jesse, go ahead. What do you got? I agree with what Scott was saying there pretty much.
I agree with a lot of what he said. You know, he just compared two guns there. One of them's a factory off-the-shelf gun, and one of them's a custom build. His red trigger 6.5 Creedmoor you can buy. It's a Savage LRP. I don't know if they still make that model. That's what my 243 is. I had my first 600-yard coyote kill with that, and I wouldn't have even thought about ever trying that years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Ammo quality off the shelf has gotten
Way more consistent.
I'd say more consistent. The bullet technology has improved accuracy. I mean, you brought up the PowerPoint earlier. I used to shoot a lot of 25-06, 117 grain core lock. Them core lock bullets had a lead tip, and it pointed different directions. I mean, they were ugly out of the box. Still killed a whole bunch of stuff with it.
Yeah.
You know, my 243 is the same model as his 6.5 Creed off the shelf. My 6.5 Creedmoor is actually out of the Savage Custom Shop. I wanted that same stock, same profile, but I wanted to take that barrel weight down. So I called, I don't know if Evie still works there, but Evie's the head lady at the Savage Custom Shop. I've ordered a few things from her. I told her what I wanted, and she said, I'll call you in a half an hour. And she called me back with a price, and I said, ship it. She said, well, it's a custom shop. We have to build it first.
So is that's the one you had out at my dad's place where you got the gun range that time, right?
Yeah.
You and Darren came out. Yeah, so I can, and you had the same, not the Reaper. What's the scope you and Scott got with the dot you put?
Burris.
The Burris
Eliminator. Yeah, so I had the man-sized gong at 600, and I told Jesse I was going for the headshot, and it did hit it. So
yeah, I just, there's the technology that's out there now can really make up for a shortfall of shooters. 10 years ago, I would have taken anybody on shooting anything. Right now, with my girls at the age that they're at, and Scott can attest to this, I do not shoot a tenth of what I used to. But equipment still matters. I do have a $350 Ruger Predator, the green Tupperware stock.
Yeah, I got one too, but it's the town one.
I bought that in a 6 Creedmoor because I wanted something light for when we go deep into the Badlands coyote hunting. So I'm not carrying that 9 to 16 pounds. So, there isn't hardly any gun you can buy off the shelf anymore that doesn't shoot under an inch at 100 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you get for like a 3-shot group with that one then?
Oh, if I'm doing my part, under a half is no problem.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's a cheap factory.
It's just, it comes down to repetition, comes down to practice. Scott's one that does not like to shoot paper.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I don't know if I've seen him shoot, and we've hunted together a long time. I don't know if I've seen him shoot a full box of ammo total into paper.
I enjoy shooting, man. I get a nice group. I love that, man. That turns me on. I love it. Like you say, a half-inch group there. I like that.
As far as building a gun or buying a gun, all but 2 of my guns that I own are off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, there isn't really a gun out there that I want to add to my collection. But like earlier, I think it was Leon said, shooting them heavier grain bullets out of a 22-250. It's really, really hard to find a 9 or a 7.5 or an 8 twist 22-250 factory gun.
Yeah,
there aren't many out there.
Nope.
So if I want that, I'm going to have it built.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what you're after. You can buy them. You can buy accuracy off the shelf cheaper than you can build it these days. But the other thing that I mentioned my 25-06 was the first gun I bought. Remember the Rugers with the paddle stock, the black stock?
Yeah, I love those things. Yeah.
That Ruger, that's what my gun had on it. Well, you know my size. I looked like this when I shot.
Yeah, they're compact things, like compact, yeah.
So I bought a Boyd stock for that. I had to do a little bit of trimming and fitting in because that's got a medium contour barrel on it. So I had to make that stock fit that gun. But I ordered that stock with like a 14 3/4 inch length of pull, as long as Boyd's could make it.
Yeah, that's long.
And then added an 1 1/4 buttstock onto it.
Dang.
Nobody else can shoot that gun basically but me. But let me tell you, when I get behind that thing,
it's about being comfortable with what you're shooting, right?
It's the most comfortable gun I can sit behind.
It's like your favorite shirt or your jacket or your pair of jeans or shoes.
So it all depends on if you're looking to buy one gun and have one pile of ammo, so you've always got stuff.
Yep.
Is it worth an extra 20% of your money to get something custom or semi-custom? I think so.
I mean, it's probably going to be the rest of your life anyway. So
if it fits you and you're comfortable and you're accurate, you're going to keep it.
Absolutely.
Right. And I would definitely agree with that. So I'm
So-
gonna
9 out of 10 deer have no opinion on what.
let me hit a few comments here. Leon says guns, whiskey, and custom builds. Hell yeah. He's driving, but he's keeping us in here. Appreciate that, Leon. Appreciate you, brother, man. Corey Merriman, I like all my guns. 17 Ruger 1022, 350 Legend, which actually shot out at 2A Day last year at Axe. That thing was freaking fun. His Savage 99, Caltech sub 2000 even. Savage 110 BA 338. Oh, yeah.
I had one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are, we shot that out coyote hunting that day.
Yeah.
Damn, Deacon says his old eyes can't see that far.
That's what scopes are for, Deacons. Come on.
Brian Wander's late to the party. We'll catch the rerun. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Brian. We'll have a few beers up there at the gun auction. Whalen Little Eagle. Damn it, gonna buy a 6 Creedmoor now. Thanks to you guys to deal with the wife for purchase.
You don't have to deal with the wife. Here's the reason: is you need this. It's predator control.
Yeah,
it is a tax write-off. Yeah, but here to add on to what Jesse said about me not shooting much paper.
Yep.
Here's why. I have targets out here at the ranch.
Live ones.
So I do go to the range and I will zero in my rifle, what I need to zero it in, and then I will go shoot live animals. Because I have that opportunity. A lot of people don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
That's why I do that instead of shooting paper. It's just more fun for me to see a prairie dog or a coyote or a porcupine fly than it is a piece of paper.
I love seeing them porcupines fly. Yeah, I know my dad's the same way. He'll shoot some rounds at the steel and enjoys it, but as far as just sitting there, like I could sit there all day and bang away on it, but he would never do that. But I enjoy the hell out of that. But,
well, you've been to my prairie dog town,
yeah.
Jesse, I took him the first time. This is
freaking great.
I said, he's like, well, do we need a table? Do we need this? And I'm like, no, we sit in a pickup, we drink beer. We stopped in one spot, and I think he shot 17 prairie dogs at one sitting within 30, 40 yards. Yeah. And I was like, that's why I go out and shoot that instead of paper.
Hey, Vance Bishop from
Georgia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vance is part of the Guns in the 701. Now, hey, Vance, thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Vance, say a prayer for us three. We need it.
That is a fact right there. What did Gene Cox say? Jesse, I have a Rem 700 Classic 8mm Rem mag. We'll have to crank it up one day. There you go.
Like to shoot one of those.
Put double earplugs in.
Yeah, Waylon, Gene's replying to you, Waylon, and just buy the gun. She'll still love you. Steel is more fun than paper. So yeah, Axe, I agree. And water jugs are even funner than steel. So
prairie dog and live animals are more fun than all of that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm 100% on that. So
that's what I have on my range, Jamie. You'll have to let me know when you come up next time and swing in. I do have a 100-yard bench with a piece of belting so a guy can zero in. Yep. And like Scott said, before hunting season, and Scott shoots enough that he doesn't need to check his gun. I have a lot of guys.
I check it anyway.
I have a lot of guys that come out here and shoot anywhere from 2 to 6 rounds on paper just for peace of mind. I do it before I go down to Scott's or before I go wherever. Even if I've been coyote hunting, before I go deer hunting, I put 2 or 3 rounds on paper. All right, I'm good. But at 200, 400, and 700 yards, I have 8-inch by 16-inch square plates hanging. My reason for that is that's approximately the full body size of a coyote. Yeah. When I hunt tournaments, or even when I hunt regular anymore, I take my 6.5, 130 grain bullet, because especially right now, coyotes aren't worth a dime.
Right.
I don't care if I hit them in the nose or the toe, they're going to die. So that 8x16 plate, if I can ring that 8x16 plate, we're going.
When I shot the coyotes that I've shot with my Creed, 3 of them, ballistic tip. They weren't the SS or the Super Performance like Scott said, but they were the SSTs. 2 of the 3 didn't even go through the damn coyote. One of them headshot. That two were headshots. Didn't go. Actually, all 3 of them didn't. And the one I shot from the side didn't even blow out the other side. I couldn't believe it. That was like 80 yards. I don't know if I hit his bone and it just vapored. I mean, he dropped and didn't make him twitch again. But yeah, they didn't exit.
So, Jamie, Jesse came down one year and he shot this coyote, like he said, from nose to toe.
Yeah.
And he shot the foot right off of this coyote. A week later, that coyote walked into the bar in Rame, went up, and the bartender says, "Hey, we don't serve coyotes in here. What are you looking for?" And he says, "I'm looking for the guy that shot my paw."
Such a bad
That was as dry as a martini, man.
Yeah. That was horrible.
It's a clean joke.
That was
man.
horrible.
Now, so Corey says Tannerite in a dog town. Now,
absolutely.
Keith Warren, his first trip with me, he didn't know what Tannerite was. This is when it first came out.
Dang.
So we were north of McIntosh, just a little ways into the North Dakota border.
Yeah.
And I set up 3 different things with Tannerite. And I didn't know how much. I never played around with it before. But if you put 10 1-pounders together and put it in a coyote den,
Oh, yeah.
the McIntosh police will come out and see what's going on.
Oh, really?
And then with the 1/2-pounders, what I did is I mixed, remember those old little round sleeves of BBs you could buy for your BB gun?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
It'll look like a roll of quarters.
Yeah, roll of quarters type thing.
Little black top
Yeah.
slipped off and bad as yellow. Yeah.
So if you put that in that 1/2 pound and mix it up and shake it up, and you put like a bag of dog food around a prairie dog mound, and you wait, and you put all these
my
GoPro cameras, and Keith Warren had like 14 GoPros around this mound, and went into those like 27, 30 prairie dogs, and he shot that Tannerite. And then he played it in slow motion on his TV show in Texas, and he got banned from the Pursuit Channel.
Really?
Yes, but it was the best thing ever.
That's
so
awesome.
Tannerite in a dog town, yes. Jesse, you got to answer the other question from Josh.
Yeah. And he lost a few GoPros in that situation.
He lost 13 of them.
Yeah,
One minute.
Josh asked about the 6.5.
Yep.
Scott and I actually shoot the same bullet. I said 130. We both shoot the 129 SST.
Yep.
Scott shoots the factory Superformance. I reload mine, but I actually built my reload back to the exact same length and chronographed and got the exact same speed, so that when Scott and I hunt tournaments together, either one of us runs out of ammo, we can grab in the other one's pouch. So
What are you getting on muzzle velocity on that?
I can tell you in 1 second.
Because I
Should be
shot
34, 3,400?
32.45, I think, but let me
Okay.
look.
Jesus, I don't with a 130.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got 26-inch barrels on that thing, though.
Yeah.
Nope, I lied. 29.40.
What is down there? Okay.
Just
Now,
shy of 3,000.
My 24, I have
okay.
my 24-inch with the 120 Nosslers. I was getting 28.50, which was
Say that again.
crushed freaking deer. A crushed deer. The 120 Nosslers, ballistic tips, I was getting out of a 24-inch barrel. I was getting 28.50. That was ball powder, big game, big. What's the place in Montana there? Make tack and all that. Yeah, they make the bunch of ball powders.
Do you have any H4350?
If it ain't ball powder, I don't use it because I run it through my dump. I don't like weighing all that. And
I got a powder for you to try. And I tell you what, I was skeptical, but I bought 1 pound of it. After I tried it, I bought 2 8-pound kegs.
I like kegs.
I haven't bought a keg since the Coors party balls in the 90s.
What do you got there?
Just tell you what it is, Jesse. We can't see that.
6.5 stay ball?
Winchester Stayball 6.5.
Yeah, I didn't get as much velocity out of that. That's why I switched back to the shit from Montana.
Really?
Yeah. I got some for you, man. I'll trade you. You can have it, really.
Yeah, I can get the same speed out of this as the H4350.
Really? Yeah, God, I don't know. That never. I mean, good accuracy for sure, but I was below what I was getting with the big game powder.
So that Nosler bullet you're running, is that a flat base or a boat tail?
No, it was a boat tail.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, Corey. Hey, Corey said the same thing I did. Kegs are good. He likes kegs. I like kegs. He likes kegs.
All kinds.
All right, so I'm gonna get through this rifle thing, and then we got a couple other things we're gonna hit on here. But
Are we going to choose which rifle we're going to build or not?
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, I'll tell you what I would do for my build real quick. But the cost of it. So I'm going to tell you what my build is, which ain't going to
After the
take long,
cost.
and then I'll tell you the one I would buy, which is far more affordable. So I would go. And if anybody not familiar with it, the Graybow stock, the Graybow Eagle, that's $500. Then you got to buy the bottom metals, $200. 10-round mag, yeah, I'm going to 10-round mag, not the 5. That's $40. The Faxon Action stainless steel built on rail, $880. Then you get the barrel, Faxon barrel, stainless steel, 20-inch. I'm going 20-inch because I'm running a suppressor. And I know I don't want that battleship barrel on that 24, 26-inch barrel plus a suppressor. That's $300. I am going to Trigger Tech. Everybody's going, you need Timney. Timneys are freaking awesome, man. But Trigger Techs, to me, are the same thing for way less, $100 less. $100 less. Still made in America, made in Oklahoma. And, that the total right around there is going to be $2,600.
Which is a drop in the bucket nowadays.
I mean,
you buy $500, $400 guns, you're already up there.
Right. But here's the deal. I'm going to compare that, like Jesse was talking about his Ruger there, right? Jesse, you were shooting half-inch groups. All my Ruger Americans, they will do that for sure. And even with some factory ammo, they'll do it. And the Ruger Gen 2, that's, $730 right now. But I'm sure everything's not going to be as smooth. It's not going to be, there's some sweet guns for that price. And the one I was talking about building, man, that's 2/3 more than that. You know what I mean?
So one of the things I'd like to try if I build another rifle, I think I'd like to try the Mac Brothers Evo 2 stainless steel long action.
That thing is sweet.
So the Mac Brothers make suppressors for Silencer Central. A lot of people don't know.
Yeah, what
that.
you just told me the other day, I didn't know that.
So Silencer Central, they don't make their own. Maybe they might start now. I'm not sure about that. But Mac Brothers have been making them forever out of Sturgis area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they also have, if you go to their website, macbros.com, you can buy all sorts of custom parts, including triggers. But I would really, really like to try their receiver. I think that's one of my goals.
Man, a good
here.
receivers, they're awesome. Everything's so the closest thing I've seen to like a custom made, because I had Christensen arms, which they, but Tika's about the closest thing I've seen to a custom made action as far as smoothness and no slop in there and everything. But
Remington's has some pretty good ones too that you can buy from the custom shop too.
Okay.
But
okay,
and a lot of places use the Remington receivers because they are so smooth. But these Evos, I'd really like to try one of them. I don't know, Jesse, have you went through and took the tour of Mac Brothers too?
Yeah, Mac Brothers is based out of Sturgis, South Dakota, and they don't technically officially give tours.
No.
But if you call them and talk nice to them and tell them that you're interested in what they're doing, and the right there's 2 or 3 guys that if the right one is there, they will take you through the factory.
And they're good guys.
They make stuff that they do not sell publicly. They actually have some government contracts.
Yeah.
They showed me some basically turret clamps made out of stainless and made out of some aluminum alloys that are made to mount on Humvees and mount on different military applications. At that time, it was still Dakota Silencer, not Silencer Central. And at that time, they were making all of the Dakota Silencer brand suppressors. Right now, the Silencer Central, what are the new ones even called?
Don't know.
Well, they got a Don't they got to deal with who's the guys with all the beards down there? No, they're Jason LD, and they got to deal with them with a suppressor, which is actually pretty sweet. It's like $700, and it's stainless steel, and it's got a nice blast baffle.
No, you don't want to go stainless steel. Don't go stainless.
Shit, I got stainless. Them things work
I
great,
do too.
man.
I do too, but
Way
you
too
don't
heavy.
go titanium. Just
I thought you said you didn't make any money last year.
Yeah, but Jamie, you're talking
Buddy,
about
it's like $200-$300 difference.
between $775 and $1,050. You're talking $200 to cut 30 to 40% weight. They clean easier.
Way easier.
Clean? Who the hell cleans their suppressors?
Oh, when you shoot enough to fill them up and they get heavy and stop making it quiet, you take them apart.
Man,
and
I got, even through my Rebel, I got like 5,000 rounds. That thing's still feathery.
I would. There you go. Banish. Corey got it. Banish
Yep.
suppressors.
Yeah,
That's the name of the new one.
that's the 30 cals, right?
Which I should know. I've got a couple, but I don't remember the name of them. Jamie, I would. Do you have two suppressors that are the same?
Yeah.
Has one of them got way more rounds in it than the other?
Yeah, it does.
Put them on a digital bullet scale and weigh them. You'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Well, my Rebel comes apart. It's a set, you can take it apart and look right in there, man. There's
And the difference
30 cal 223 6.5 Creed. I've shot. That was the first suppressor I bought. I still have it.
Yeah.
That thing's made out of aluminum. It's nothing you want to blast full auto. I mean, you can do a couple
Right.
mag dumps if you want.
Right.
I don't do that just to screw up my chamber, but
Right.
But the thing about it too is if you don't clean them, you have to continuously sight in your rifle, especially if you're doing long range shooting, because it changes the harmonics of that barrel drastically. And if you don't take that in consideration, if you're shooting 600 to 900 yards out there, if even a little bit's going to change it a yard at that distance.
oh, for sure.
So, I mean, you have to take that in consideration too.
Yeah.
Well, I usually don't shoot past 600
Yeah.
to be honest.
But I know there's a lot of suppressor companies out there, but there's plenty of guys out there. There's a guy at Dickinson that treats me really well, but there's another guy in Rapid City. His name is Corey Johnston, Lane LLC, LANE.com. Another guy that he's a mom and pop type of guy, but he goes to competitions against Mac Brothers and all these other guys, and his suppressors are 5 decibels quieter than any of theirs. And he will not tell you how he gets it that way, but I have one of his and one of Dakota Silence Essentials. Vast difference
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
those
say,
suppressors.
if nobody knows what 5 decibels is, you don't use suppressors. That's a lot.
Huge.
Yeah, that's a ton.
Yeah.
That's a ton. All right, guys, I'll tell you what, we're gonna do one more single ad here and come back. And I got
We got messages. You got to get after them, Jamie. Come
okay,
on.
we get back. We're gonna do the messages, and we're gonna get into my shed hunt, and then we're gonna hit the messages. So we got a single ad here. Hang on.
Repair located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Yeah, you know what I really like when I do these podcasts and live streams, you guys? When your buddies send you text messages, you know they're not listening. I really like that. Thanks for the support, guys.
Hold on now, Jamie. We got some guys in South Dakota that are listening. And
awesome, man.
yeah,
Thank
they've
you,
been
guys. I appreciate you.
a couple of guys have been texting me. They said, "Hey, the 270s what my round is going to go to. You got some 605 guys here." So
awesome. Love it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Mikey D 605. So he's Mitchell. So I appreciate you guys in South Dakota listening. Thank you. That's awesome, man. I hope everybody stick it with us too. Like I said, we got Facebook or YouTube screwed us on a prairie dog shooting video and banned us for a week. You know, I appreciate everybody hanging in there with us. I'm having fun. Jesse, you having fun? Appreciate you joining us, buddy. Awesome, man. I love this conversation with you guys. Scott, thanks for joining. Appreciate you doing that, man. We're having fun. What do we got here? Gene Cox, what do you say? Are there any gunsmiths listening? Can you build a good custom on a budget with an older 98 Mauser action? That type of gun building used to be the rage, probably into the early 2000s.
That was the rage. It truly was. I remember a lot of those guys coming out at my mom and dad's family for place. That's what they all shot.
There's still guys holding them.
Yeah, there is. The guy out of Dickinson, not Andrus, but what's the other guy's name?
That guy up north.
I'll get it here because somebody just asked me this today.
He's got that 100-yard underground range.
Yes, he does.
That's awesome.
All winter.
Well, remember Nosler had that one, and one of their fans quit working, and it freaking blew up. They had a 200-yarder, I think, and that thing blew up there. And
Ackerman.
There you go. Ackerman.
I can't take credit for it. Josh came up with it.
Yeah. Yeah. He's out of Dickinson. Really, really good. Really good. Yeah.
Mikey D says he likes me. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. I like you too, buddy. He said he's waiting for that big podcast money to come through so we can afford that titanium. Yeah, me too, brother.
No, here's the thing, though. It's worth the extra couple $100.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I haven't had any problems with mine that aren't titanium.
I haven't either, but when you're hunting all day and you're going to carry this thing, if you get your once-in-a-lifetime tag, Jamie, for elk, and you say...
I don't even put in for it.
I don't care, but if you ever get one, and you say, Scott, I want to come out elk hunting, I'm like, okay, you're going to find out what that weight difference is. There's no doubt about that.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to look
better.
Up. Here's what I'll do. I'll take my 30 cal Rebel and I'll weigh it tomorrow before your show, and then I'll look up what a titanium one costs, 30 cal, and I'll give you the difference.
What it costs or what it weighs?
What it weighs. And that was a $300 suppressor back before Uncle Joe got in there and everything went.
But suppressors are getting cheaper now. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, my first stainless steel one that I have, that's on my 6.5 right now, was over $1,000.
Well, Scott, the thing,
and then I got my titanium for $800.
But what a lot of them are doing is making just like the stainless steel blast baffle, and the rest of it's like light aluminum because it doesn't melt down unless unless you want a full auto rate and you want to just dump demags through it.
Right. I'm just saying that.
No,
I mean the cost effective is worth your hearing. It's worth being a good neighbor, and it's better on the game animals. I don't care what you're shooting, coyotes to elk. If you shoot once and you miss, they're going to stand there and wonder where it came from.
If my daughter quits texting and driving and ramming into the back of parked cars and makes me pay for it because we got liability, maybe I can get on that. So
you should find an insurance agent that can deal with you that way.
Oh, there's a guy right there.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, Scott. Somebody wants your little auctioneer talk. Let's sell a suppressor here. We got one.
No. If you want auctioneer, here's the thing. You want auctioneer talk. Here we go. Tomorrow in Rame, North Dakota is the Great Chili Cook-Off, and we cut the top teams off. And usually the winner makes $50,000 to $60,000 off of winning that Calcutta team.
Dang.
So if you want to hear me, you got to come and bid. 3:00 tomorrow, Rame, North Dakota, and I'll be live 7:00 in Bowman for a hospital fundraiser too. So there you go.
We'll be listening to that for sure. Hey, we got Brianna. Hey, Brianna's listening to us in Holiday. Hey, tell Big John I said hi too, Brianna. Appreciate you tuning in. Axel says, do titanium suppressors ever need to be cleaned?
Yes.
Okay, that was a quick answer. Yeah, Van says I have a suppressor that was made by. I'm bleeping that out, and it was only $6.
You know, and they work. By the way,
Yeah,
they
yeah, I
they
did
work
hear.
for they work for about 30 shots, and then you gotta
Yeah, an
get
auctioneer
it.
told me
You
that.
gotta get a new one, and you can go to Napa or your O'Reilly store and get that.
So
Oh.
Jamie, here's an example.
Okay.
Here's an example of a stainless 223 suppressor, a Coastal XDS.
Okay.
It's only 8.5 inches long, weighs 28 ounces.
That's ridiculous. So that's a ridiculous.
Okay.
That's way heavier than anything I own.
8.5 inches long, 28 ounces.
We still
20.
talking about suppressors?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure am. And the Banish is 7 inches long, but it's only 11.4 ounces in full titanium.
I mean, that is awesome.
It's
that
less
is.
than half. So, I don't know. For me, that extra, I should have looked at the price. $850 compared to, hold on,
I wish I had a little Jeopardy thing there.
$550. So $300.
Oh, good grief!
I'm absolutely buying.
If $300 is going to ruin your shooting and your neighbors and everything else, I'll borrow you the money, Jamie. For crying out loud!
I got like 4 or 5 of them. I'm just telling you that.
You should have got the better ones. Yeah.
It doesn't bother me though. I mean, I haven't had a.
You're the same guy that said that you can't go to the gun range and shoot because it hurts your shoulder.
It does, man. I had 2 wrecks. Man, I've had 2 shoulder repairs or total reconstructions.
Shoot left-handed.
I did. I was pretty good at it actually, but I'm not going to learn that bullshit again. That's.
Gene Cox just said that titanium hips aren't cheap, but they're worth it.
What is it?
Titanium hips
aren't cheap, but they're worth it.
You damn right they are. See, you take this from a goddamn mayor of Mobridge, the double M guy, the M&M.
Axe wants to know if the dogs are out in the rain.
Yep, prairie dogs are out. You want to come down? You want to put a new exhaust system on my semi? I will personally guide you all the way through the dog town. I got 600 acres that we poisoned, and they came back in vengeance.
I was going to say, I will verify that it's worth your time, Dougie. All right, guys. So we're going to switch subjects here because we're probably going 145. We're for sure we're going to. So, do you guys hear about it's shed hunting season, right?
Yeah. In certain states.
Have you guys heard about the shed hunting deal that happened down in El Dorado County in California?
I read nothing about California. That is a different communist country than we live in.
100% agreement.
Well, hold on now. Hold on. There's Southern California and there's Northern California.
I mean, there used to be, but they're getting overrun.
It used to be in North Dakota, but there's a lot of stuff going on here too. So,
anyways, this is from semi-northern NoCal. So, all right, this is from 2 weeks ago, I think, today or tomorrow. A fatal mountain lion attack that involved 2 brothers.
Oh yeah,
they were shed hunting, and you heard about this one, Scott?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
El Dorado County. Talon Brooks, 21, was killed by this mountain lion. His younger brother, Wyatt Brooks, badly wounded. And the family says both these boys grew up in this county and hunted and fished there all the time, knew the territory. And unfortunately, the Brooks brothers chose not to carry a firearm on this day they went out shed hunting. All they brought with was their fists and their feet and a small backpack to carry sheds, which anybody knows, I mean, freaking house cat can tear you to ribbons, right? Much less a huge freaking mountain lion. So Talon and Wyatt were their names, like I said, and they walked down a dirt road about 1 p.m. They first saw the mountain lion. Big cat walked onto the road, started approaching them. You know, brothers did what probably any of us would do, start screaming and hollering, trying to get the damn thing away from you. And the young guy, Wyatt, threw his backpack at the cougar. That was a bad move. Pissed him off, charged it, bit him on the face, knocked him to the dirt. Older brother immediately came to his younger brother's aid, started beating on the lion with his fist, and the young guy was wrestling with it, eventually got on top. Well, what happens when you get on top of an animal? They start kicking their back feet, right? well, mountain lion starts kicking his back feet when you're on top of him. You're like
Tore
butter.
up the other brother.
Shredded up the other brother, gutted
Ripped
him.
him up, right? Ripped his midsection up in his neck and his face. You know, at that point, the kid let go, and the lion let go of him. Charged the older brother, jumped up, latched onto his freaking throat, took him to the ground. Which that's what lions do. Anybody watch any outdoor? I mean, that's built into their DNA, right? Choke them out. The younger guy whose face severely lacerated grabbed and tried the same thing the other guy did when the cougar was on top of his brother, whacking it, kicking it, doing his thing. Hey, a 22. Remember, they didn't bring a gun. Remember, a 22 is all you. A cougar will die with a 22. I'll promise you. And if not, it'll run like hell when you put one through it.
Well, at that range, you're right on top of him.
Right, you're right there, right? Yeah. But guess what? He's doing this. It wouldn't release to his brother's neck. The kid didn't have cell service there, so the younger guy ran back to the vehicle, called 911. By the time he made it back to where the attack occurred, guess what? The lion, him and the brother were gone. So what do lions do when they kill something, right?
Take it away.
Right. Took it to where he's going to stash it, right? So then the younger guy drove to meet the paramedics. The paramedics met him and took him right away. Like, you're going to bleed out, dude. Took him, underwent reconstructive surgery for his face and his neck and everything else. And then El Dorado County Sheriff's deputies came back, searched the site, looking at the site of the attack, found the mountain lion, which is crouching near his older brother's body. Obviously dead, right? He's, this is a part I don't get either. They said unwilling to shoot the lion and potentially strike tailing. They shot a warning shot. I don't know anybody who couldn't shoot a freaking mountain lion at 100 freaking yards. I mean, really? You guys are sheriff's deputies and it's crouching over this guy. The first thing I would do is shoot the son of a bitch to get him away. They didn't do it. They fired a warning shot to make the lion run away. And, of course, when they approached it, they realized the kid was dead, which you probably could have realized with freaking binoculars. Later that day, they called in a tracker, treed the lion 100 yards, killed it. And this part here really gets me, too. This is today's society. This is a good reflection of it. The family since established a Brooks Brothers support fund through the El Dorado Community Foundation. They've clarified that this is the only legitimate source for donations because guess what? A bunch of GoFundMe losers are putting up accounts making money off this guy's freaking death. Isn't it freaking unbelievable? I mean, some people are such complete freaking... Obviously, Joe Biden voters, I guarantee you they are. But
here's a couple of things. Here's a couple of thoughts on that, Jamie. Number one, it's California.
There you go, Scott. I like that. Don't forget those. Go ahead, Jesse.
In defense of the police officers, the story, and I didn't read the story, but just from what you said, at 100 yards, they may have only had handguns.
All right, you maybe got, but they're sheriff though. What sheriff only carries a handgun?
Yeah, but we don't know.
I don't know.
This is California. You can't say that all sheriff's departments train differently.
Common sense.
And there's my other point. In California, tell me how easy it is to get a concealed weapons permit.
Yeah, even though everywhere's a safe zone now. They just changed the law after the decision, and
if it's not an actual hunting season where you have a license,
I'll go one more on top of that.
What's that, Scott?
I'll go one more on top of that. You're in California, where mountain lions are probably protected. We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you, Scott.
We don't know that. So the sheriff's department's like, we can't. Are they protected or not?
Yeah, let me
at that point, because right now in North Dakota, where I live, I cannot legally shoot a mountain lion because the season is now over. The only way I can do it is if they're actively killing a calf, and I have proof of that. They can be walking through my calving lot, and I cannot.
They're crouching ready to attack.
Yeah,
I
can't shoot it. It has to be. I have to actually have them attack something before I can do that. So California laws may prevent the sheriff's department from doing something like that.
So
but why at least weren't these guys carrying a knife?
Well, it was turkey season. They could have been carrying shotguns.
Maybe they're not hunters. Not everybody's doing this.
No, they were hunters. They were lifetime hunters. It says right here.
Shed hunters.
No, they hunted and fished together every day of their lives out there. They knew the. Anyway, here's the deal. Here's what I was going to tell you, Scott. California is home to an estimated 3,200 to 4,500 mountain lions, and the species, here
They
you
have
go,
no
Scott,
idea.
receives special protections in the state, which hasn't held a regulated mountain lion hunt since when do you think? Give me your guess.
90s, mid 90s.
No,
Jesse, what do you think?
I'm going to say that they haven't had a regulated legal mountain lion hunt in California since 1966.
A year closer, it was a year after I was born, 1972. That's the last time they had a regulated mountain lion hunt. And after the tragedy occurred last week, some Californians are speaking up and want a mountain cougar hunt now.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How many years before you were born? In what year?
I said 1 year after I was born. I was born in 71.
Didn't you just warn me a little while ago about how old I was getting? I just realized I'm the youngest one in this
I didn't
podcast.
say I wasn't.
I'm the middle brother.
You are the middle brother.
Hold on. So I'm
Got
going to
some
go.
peanut butter and jelly in the sandwich there.
So now you're getting me all into this. Okay, so Axel says here, let's go down here.
Yeah, hit him up. Hit the comments.
He said, why wouldn't they at least carry something in case a mountain lion attacks them? But it is California. Here's the issue. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I live in the Badlands. We have mountain lions. We have an occasional wolf coming through. And my wife goes out and runs 18 goddamn miles every freaking day out in the freaking Badlands through the trails and the pastures and doesn't carry a damn thing.
Ooh,
And has ear pods in her ears.
that's risky.
And I bought her wrist or arm slings. I bought her ankle. I bought her everything to carry pistols with her. And she refuses to do it until the one day she saw a wolf run in front of her. And now she thinks differently. She doesn't wear any earphones, but she still refuses to carry a weapon. So you have these people that they understand it, but in their mind, they're like, we're one with nature. So
Okay, but I mean, does she carry like at least some oleo resin spray or something?
nothing.
Man, I mean, there's just documented cases
hold
from
on.
California to
On the
coyotes
other
are being-
hand, I will tell you this. You try to attack my wife from the backside and put her in a strangle, you're gonna get your ass whooped, okay?
you're gonna get double healed.
My money is on her and not the mountain lion.
That's funny right there. Oh man, yeah.
Axel, pick your cougars carefully. Amen, brother.
Hey, and guess
Especially
what?
if they're over 48 years old.
When Clay and I, when we were on KFYR there and doing that thing with Jay Dillon on Mondays or whatever day, they're actually, you can't carry guns like in a lot of parts of Canada to shoot animals. If you do, they'll throw you in freaking jail.
Canada's all liberal, buddy.
Yeah, and there's documented cases of not only wolves but coyotes. They took down like one of their most popular pop singers in the mountains in Quebec, killed her and ate her, like 3 coyotes, and they still didn't. I mean,
well, it wasn't Celine Dion because we'd have heard about that.
yeah, there ain't nothing left on her to eat, anyways. But
Yeah, there is.
You got to get some of these comments here.
All right. So Josh Patterson, a pull a fawn off Highway 8 one night north of Marshall, and a sheriff deputy come out to put it down. 6 shots from an AR at 15 to 20 yards. He missed a couple times, hit it once, and it went to bell ring, and he shot again and missed, and the 6th shot finally put it down. The guy says, oh, yeah, this will be an easy one-shot deal, and said, oh, I'm a hunter and kill lots of deer. I now carry a knife. I'm a hunter and kill lots of deer. I now carry a knife with me when I got a sidearm with me for that kind of situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if that kid would have had a knife in California, you stick that cat once in the ribs, he's going to skedaddle, I guarantee it.
Go for the throat, but what's the best mountain lion defense? Mr. Mayor says 9mm or 357. Either one.
Yeah.
Anything. Anything.
Said, that range, like you said, Scott, a 22 anywhere would.
Even a little Taurus Judge with 410 shells in it.
So, like, when you guys were younger and you went out walking around, you guys were in the country. I grew up in the country. I mean, I had like a freaking Bowie knife I carried around if I didn't have a gun, at least, right?
My dad made sure. He said, you have to have a knife everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And my dad, so my dad was a marksmen in the military before they called them snipers. And he hated rifles after he got out.
Really?
Hated it. But he made sure that we all had at least one weapon, and that was a knife, and it had to be sharp. He says, whether you're cutting out a deer out of twine or anything else that you're going to find stuff, or a baby calf that you got to cut, make sure everything's. But he wanted to make sure everybody had a knife. So
yeah, I was the same way.
You got to carry a knife.
The old Barlow, I had a Barlow. It was a brown Barlow pocket knife. My Grandpa Dean gave it.
Mine was an old Henry. Was mine.
I had the old Henry.
The old timer. Yeah, the old timer. Yeah.
Had 2 blades.
Yep. And my dad used it to castrate calves all damn year, and then he gave it to me to carry in my pocket.
So I do. We get timed out actually on live streams. We got 25 minutes here yet. I'd like to do. I like to do a thing called celebrity stain of the week, and I guarantee you, guys, when I do this one, it's gonna piss off. It's gonna make people mad because.
And we haven't been doing that yet.
I mean, maybe. Well, I mean, like they're gonna get mad, like, oh man, you're getting mad at him for that. Yeah, I've been mad at this guy at this for a couple of years. So everybody know, hey, Lee Greenwood, right? Lee Greenwood's freaking awesome. And hey, I like the song God Bless the USA. Great song too, right? Lee Greenwood, 2022, was supposed to sing at the NRA convention in Houston. And Lee Greenwood wasn't the only one who did this, but it's what Lee Greenwood said afterwards. It was right after the Uvalde shooting there, not too long. And we had these guys all pulled out. Don McLean, Lee Greenwood, T. Graham Brown. I mean, a whole
they were still alive in 2022. Holy cow!
Yeah, they did. And I'm looking for this other guy here that really freaking heated me up too, other than Lee Greenwood. And I know you'll know him. For whatever reason, I'm getting all these pop-ups coming up here on my link. I should have just printed it. Anyway.
Stay off of the porn sites, Jamie.
Lee Greenwood backed out, and then he went on Fox and Friends. I got the video and said, hey, after Uvalde, it looks bad, and it might look like I actually support people owning that kind of rifle, which is an AR-15. He said, I don't want to be associated with that, so I backed out of that. So essentially, Lee Greenwood, Mr. All-American, great guy, backed out and blamed the gun for the shooting in Uvalde, right? Larry Gatlin wasn't any different. You know, we all know Larry Gatlin, right? Larry Gatlin, the Gatlin brother. He's always on there too, talking what a big right-wing conservative he is. While I agree with most of the positions held by the NRA, Gatlin said, I have come to believe that while background checks would not stop every madman with a gun, it is at the very least a step in the right direction towards preventing this kind of tragedy we saw in Uvalde. And he went on to say a bunch of crap about the NRA. How they need. Guess what, Larry? Ramos, the guy who did the shooting in Uvalde, guess what he passed, Scott and Jesse? He passed a freaking background check, you ignorant son of a beep. You know, and Lee Greenwood, the same. Trump has a guy come out and sing for his freaking openings when the guy freaking comes. I mean, how much more anti-gun does it get than that? That's BS to me. That is chicken shit BS. I'm not going to go there because it was a gun's fault, and the NRA might think, you know, people might think I'm saying you should own AR-15s. That's some. Guess who didn't back out though from it?
Toby Keith.
Toby Keith wasn't singing there. Donald Trump never backed out. The governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, never backed out. Ted Cruz didn't back out. And there's one other person who didn't back out who was just south of us. Governor Christie Noem showed up there, loud and proud, back in the Second Amendment. But Larry Gatlin, Lee Greenwood, and the rest of these chicken shits, they packed up and said they weren't going to go there.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I thought you were going to say on a scale of 1 to 10.
10 being the most pissed or not really caring? I'm pissed. That pissed me
off. Yeah,
it pissed me off. And I know Daryl never listens to our show, but Daryl, if you listen to this, quit playing that guy's freaking song on your freaking radio show. The guy's an anti. You're Mr.
Who?
Conservative. Why the hell are you playing that on your radio show in the afternoons, dude? Daryl, Lease. I text him. I said, why are you playing this? The guy's a freaking anti-gunner. Oh, I like the song. Really? Well, I like some of Pink's music, too, but I don't listen to that skank.
No doubt.
No,
Or
Lady Gaga's got some good music. I don't listen to her 'cause she's
it's
an
pronounced
anti-gunner.
gay, and it's and the
gay, Lady Gaga.
Carrie Underwear is also a very anti-gun. And
Is she anti-gun or
anti-agriculture and gun.
Didn't you have her like fiance on once, and he said that her husband's a big gun guy too? And I was like, what?
He's a big bow hunter and big. He's on a couple of hunting shows.
He's terrible.
How does that work?
She says she's a vegan, but she does like meat.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mary Moon, she don't like meat, but she sure likes
her like the bone.
Oh man! All right, let's get to. We got a few of these comments here we're going to get to.
Yeah, get to your comments. You're the host of this thing, Jamie. Come on.
Well, I was going off on these anti-gun turds who everybody thinks is the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Cheers, Jesse.
Lynette,
Jamie's evidently not drinking with us, so.
I got a question, Jamie.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. Hit it.
Since you went political for a minute.
Yep.
I want your opinion on a commercial playing right now in North Dakota that bothers me.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about, but let's hear it.
North Dakota's governor race.
Okay.
On the Republican side, there's two candidates. You have Kelly Armstrong, and you have our current lieutenant governor.
Jamie
Miller.
Shelley
Miller. Something Miller.
Miller, yeah.
It's a Miller.
So, in her TV ads, she makes a comment about how she had somebody break into her house and she defended her home with a shotgun.
Oh, God.
I think it was defending the family business with a shotgun.
Something. It is the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life on a TV commercial.
I think it's pretty cheesy, to be honest with you. And to be fair, I'm voting for Kelly Armstrong, but
I'm embarrassed to have somebody that's running for our governor have that, and that's not that whole ad. Come on.
Well, Jesse, and she's not at the Republican convention tonight either. Kelly Armstrong is, she's not.
Oh yeah, she's going to be another Doug Burgum. Yeah. It doesn't matter if she wins the Republican nomination or not. She's going to stay on the ballot, which is fine because, in all honesty, in our state, right or wrong, in all honesty, in our state, if you've got two people running with Republican behind their name and one person running with Democrat, the one with Democrat is the third place contender. So, I mean, I don't blame Doug. Doug didn't win the nomination when he won governor.
Right. Neither did Kevin Kramer.
Stenjum did. So I don't blame Tammy Miller for that at all.
There you go. You got it. Tammy Miller.
Tammy Miller. There you go.
What?
We named every Miller in the damn Slope County area.
I got it finally. But that commercial to any actual gun person lost the vote for her. In my opinion,
it was pretty cheesy. She's making herself try to sound like whatever Clint Eastwood or Yosemite Sam, whatever you want to do. I defend
that might work if she's running for governor in California and wants the Republican gun loving vote. She is in North Dakota. That ad makes her look like a jackass.
Yeah, well, you know,
hold on.
It's a FUD ad,
jackass.
Jesse. It's a FUD.
Hold on.
All right.
Jamie just referred to it as a Clint Eastwood, who is like pulling his poncho up and said, I need you to apologize to my mule. To Yosemite Sam, who's like, let's get after it. Let's go. That is not even the same damn people, Jamie.
I'm just saying she's trying to make herself sound like she's ready to jerk her guns and go to work at any time of day. I mean,
well, maybe.
And I'd like to actually see her shoot. Maybe probably look like Obama when he tried to shoot his double barrel when he damn near had it coming over his shoulder. And
maybe jerk your guns means something different right now in these days. Mine.
Hello.
You better get to some of your comments. We're coming in here with some stuff.
All right. All right. So Lynette said she had 2 coyotes track my dog. I was going to take them on hands down. Right? Yeah. Perfect. I think Lynette carries 380 or something, which coincidentally, Doug and I did a little Beth Dutton 380 test there last Sunday. Mikey D. Trudeau has bastardized gun laws in Canada. Yeah, I mean it's big time communists up there. Joe Biden is salivating watching what Trudeau does up in Canada. He loves it. I mean it's running out of the side of his mouth. Mikey
That's
D.
slobber. That's because of old age.
When celebrities get old, they go bluer and blue. I mean, it seems like that, and other than
That's
that,
true.
like, listen, other than what Lee Greenwood did on the gun thing, he is a fairly conservative guy. But come on, man, you're going to blame the frickin' gun? I mean, would it make you feel better if somebody went in there with a goddamn shotgun, which has happened many times and killed 10 people? No, it wouldn't. Would you blame the shotgun? I bet you any damn money you wouldn't have.
Jamie, follow the money. These guys are all about their their agents?
Yeah.
Telling them what to do and what not to do to make the most money. That's what they're doing. They're not speaking on behalf of themselves. They're just going where the money is.
Right. And I mean, here's the thing though, Scott. If you and I and Jesse had FU money like Lee Greenwood, would you even do it? I'd say, you know what? I'm going to the NRA convention. It wasn't a damn gun. I'm supporting my gun rights, and screw you guys for trying to blame the gun.
I will tell you on Sunday morning after I win this $1.23 billion that Jesse and I put into,
yeah,
I will let you know how I feel about this.
Can I ask for a sponsorship deal right now with you?
Yeah,
absolutely, you can.
Bachmeier Auctioneer sponsoring the whole damn thing.
That's licensed. You can't say that without permission.
Oh, sorry, man.
Oh, yeah? Well, Scott, I got a question for you. What's on your mind?
We're not on KFYR live, so you can say that, but I legally cannot say that on KFYR.
I didn't get a deceased.
Oh, we're doing an after show.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Corey Merriman says more like Elmer Fudd. That's exactly what Elmer.
There you go. That's better.
Elmer's pretty handy with the single shot, though.
No, he's not. He shot himself in the face 6 times.
Did he? Guns in the 701 says it's an endorsement, but anyone can run as a Republican in any election if they get enough signatures on their petition.
That's true.
Right. Gene Cox, Biden says a double barrel shotgun. Yeah, he said that's all you need, right, Gene? You buy a shotgun. Except he told everybody to do a felony and just blast through your door, go out inside the city and shoot 2 rounds off in the air. A guy actually tried to go to court. He did that, and the judge was like, no, you can't do that. He's like, yeah, but the president told me to. No, not happening. I mean, his kid can do it.
That's because people, and even the president, doesn't know the laws and regulations of each area.
No.
You got to remember, laws start at the township and county level. It doesn't start at the federal level.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand that.
So one more quick thing here, because we got about 13 minutes. We had... How many months in a row do you guys think we had 1 million guns sold in each month?
17.
Okay, Jesse, what's your guess?
Let's see.
1 million guns a month. How many months in a row do you think has happened?
12, 24, 36.
No, he's actually putting thought into this. Holy shit.
31.
Nope, you're both short. March 2024 marked the 56th consecutive day of more than 1 million gun sales. That was background checks, not gun sales.
How many? Say that again.
56 months in a row we've had more than 1 million is background checks a month. They're calling it gun sales. Background checks.
So background checks doesn't necessarily mean they pass, but good.
Right.
Good for them.
Exactly. So they're not because you guys know like
and 12 of those are mine.
That sounds like it goes right back into the old bummer days.
Yeah. 56. Yeah, was this one right? No, it goes back in like when Trump, remember the last month or two, I think it started then when Trump was in, because they knew if he was going to lose what was
going to happen.
Oh yeah, 56 weeks. Sorry.
You got
Biden and Cacklebox are going to do, and they've done it.
So the best salespeople of guns are liberals in presidents.
Yeah. And they're the best oil salesmen too, unfortunately. But it's and everybody thinks, "Oh, look how much oil we sold." It's not because they're pro oil, you shitheads.
I don't know this Alex Hondo. Axel, I need to get to know this guy because
Yes, you do.
he needs-
He's
like,
Lauer
only-
Auto Repair. He's our sponsor.
only 12, Scott. You need to bump those numbers. So one of my favorite damn movies is Wolf of Wall Street, and I'm telling you, we could have a lot of fun together.
Whatnot.
So
That'd be good time.
Lynette K said 38 special is what she carries, but it's heavy. Lynette, I know as a personal fact, your husband has something a lot lighter than that to carry. I've shot it, so go ahead. Josh Patterson says, you nailed it, Scott. Follow the money. Same with Taylor Swift and her scumbag boyfriend
Oh,
endorsing
God.
Biden. I mean, I added one word in there for you, Josh, but yeah. What Axel? I'm gonna do a little something to your comment here. He says, only 12, Scott. Those are rookie numbers. You need to bump stock those up.
Yeah, there you go. Bump stock. I have my hidden secretly. What's this restream stuff here? What are they telling you?
Got 100 messages today.
Restream, where are you seeing that at?
I've
You don't-
received 100 messages today with
Oh, they're probably saying you got 10
Restream
minutes
chat.
left.
I don't know. You got a lot more. It says Jesse's drinking tequila rose.
Oh,
No,
my ass.
I
Who
tell you
said
guys,
that?
here's what's happening is it's coming
Darren
in,
Mund.
Come on.
they're coming in on like the messages on our website. I told you Clay's like the master, but it's on there. Or if anybody's listening on Rumble, I'm sorry I haven't, which I'm sure we are, Rumble or X. I apologize if I haven't got to your comments. Clay usually hits on that. Clay's listening. There you go. Plus, there you just commented. Plus, background checks could be for multiple fire. Right. It could be for multiple firearms, and it could be for suppressors and people who have concealed carry licenses in states that still
Did that too, yeah.
right. They don't even get a background check. And how many guns they go buy guns? Then they don't run it through the,
Yeah.
4473 or what the hell is it called? And NEEKS. Right. So whatever it was like 1.4 something million, which was down slightly from the year before, from that same month, but still 1.4 million. And it's more than that because of what we were just talking about. So, Jesse drinking tequila rose. Is that what you're drinking? Oh, Darren. No.
So what's this? Ouch, that hurt. Axel, what's that mean?
Black velvet.
Where do you see that at? See,
Axel
you guys are
said-
getting comments. I mean, I'm running the thing, and you guys see the comments, and I don't.
Yeah, we're way ahead of you, buddy.
Ouch, that hurt. I don't know. Jesse, who you got with you there?
That's the daughter. That's the 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah, she's
Going on 18.
She's going to do some hunting this fall, then?
Yeah, last year she shot her first doe. Actually,
Awesome.
2 years ago now.
2
This
years
last
ago, yeah.
year, we didn't do real well this last year. We didn't hunt a lot. The weather wasn't real cooperative.
No deer.
Yeah, there was no.
One thing that I do like that the Game and Fish did is they changed it so that not just the buck tags in the youth season get to extend to the regular season. The doe tags do now too.
Yep.
Well, I don't know what happened. We didn't hunt in the regular season either this year. I don't know. We just kind of let it.
I
be
mean, the
this
deer
year, I
were
guess.
slim pickings, so
But Karina shoots a lot. She, my 300 Win Mag and a couple of my shotguns are the only thing she hasn't shot at 12 years old, and she plinks that 400-yard 8-inch target at will.
awesome. Nice shooting, girl.
You remember what you took your first deer with? She don't remember.
Spear. It was,
A 50 BMG.
No, that she has not shot.
well, Clay got the rules changed down in the state for that, actually.
She remembers there's 2s and 5s in it, which she's right. She used a 22-250 for the first deer.
There you go. We were talking about that earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Axel says he didn't even remember which comment and hurt his feelings.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I still want you to work on my semi, though.
Gene Cox says, I got the enhanced concealed carry. I'm going to D.C. in May. I can't carry in D.C. The city must be crime. Oh, for sure, Gene. I mean,
Yeah, 100% crime free.
no
100%.
worry about getting mugged at all. So
No.
Corey Merriman says, Jamie, have you set the 2A weekend yet? Corey, I'm talking to Axe and his wife about it. We're looking at May 18th, which is a Saturday, because the week after that, it seems like everybody's working cattle that weekend. So we're going to try and maybe hit that the week before. And, it's not going to, nothing ever works good for everybody, but I mean, hopefully that works and the weather's good. And Scott and Jesse, maybe we can get up. We can get some
No.
lives. No, Scott. Oh, yeah, Jesse can.
The whole month of May, you ain't going to get anybody out in this country. They're all branding like 6 days,
Not
6 days
early?
a week, man. I start the first weekend of May and I go through the middle of June.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm actually, for the first time in, how long you been back in the ranch, Scott?
14 years.
First time in
God, that
14
long?
years.
I've known you a long time.
Yeah, you're old.
First
Yes,
time
I
in
am.
14 years, I'm going to miss Scott's branding this year.
So I need a brander.
I'm a little depressed.
All right, so I tell you what, guys, we're going on 5 minutes. We're going to cut her down here. Axe said he's going to check on May 18th on his side. Josh Patterson said, "Great show, fellas." Josh, I appreciate you. Actually, you guys, the end of the show, we're freaking picking up people watching now. So I appreciate everybody coming in late, but we're going to get timed out on our live stream here on Restream. But tomorrow morning, Scott, what time are you on? Let everybody know what time you're on.
7 Mountain, 8 Central, baby. And Jesse's going to be my guest, and we're going to talk about all the fun stuff about how we can hunt legally.
Perfect. So if you didn't get enough of our pretty face, well, at least Scott and Jesse's face, tune into what Scott's got.
No, there's no face, just my face. That's it.
Oh, Jesse's not. Oh, he's just going to
No,
come.
I don't do this stuff. I'm audio only, buddy. I'm audio only.
Well, Scott will be on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right? Is it Dakota Prairie Outdoors? Right? It's not Scott Bachmeier. It's Dakota
It's
Prairie
Dakota
Outdoors.
Prairie Outdoors Radio.
Yep. Okay. Look Scott up on there. If not, you can listen to Scott at 5:50 a.m., 99.7 FM, or like I like to do, I listen to him on iHeart and I turn him on YouTube so I can see him.
Or all across the Dakota Territory. There's more stations that carry it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Hey, there's a
Hey,
blast
Morgan.
from Morgan
Thanks,
Stroll
buddy.
from Grand Forks.
Yes, sir. Thanks for listening, Morgan. Appreciate it.
Haven't seen
Whalen
Morgan
says,
in a long
"Unlegally,
time.
boys. Unlegally, boys." Whalen says, "It bust your ass."
Well, Whalen can because he's legal to bust us, but if he's taking bison with 223, I want to see that going down.
So I got a question. We
Okay.
have showed guns. We've shown guns on the screen on your show, Scott, on YouTube.
Yeah, I got canceled too.
Kicked off.
I got kicked off. Yeah.
Yep.
So the few weeks, once in a while, there's a week where I can't, like, it doesn't work. That's because of that reason.
All right. So, okay, hang in there, Jesse and Scott. Just hang tight. Everybody else, again, I appreciate you guys listening. It's a fun show. Jesse, Scott, I appreciate you guys coming on. Had a great conversation here about the 701 rifle, model 701, whatever you want to call it, caliber. It was freaking awesome. Had a great time doing it. Next Friday, come back, 8 p.m. We're going to be doing drinks with the 701. And I think these two gentlemen right here are going to be on with the rest. We're going to have a full house next
Are you
Friday.
Are you gonna have the mayor on too? Because he says he thinks he's on next week too.
The mayor's on next Wednesday with Guns in the 701 at 7 p.m. Central. 6
Oh, he
p.m.
says
Mountain.
it's going to be the #1 show.
Yep, it might be. It might be. I'll tell you what, Gene, I'm going to just throw something out here. Drinks at the 701. We're going to bury you guys.
No. he won't do that, but he's still holding on to a bottle of rye whiskey for me from Deadwood.
Perfect.
So,
but
yeah.
you two guys, Mikey D, Clay are going to be on. Clay's gonna, he's gonna bust out of the mold there and have more than one of his mixed drinks there. Whatever one he's gonna give us is
Good luck with that.
And we got our other guys lined up from the last show. But all right, everyone, hang in. Like I said, guys, hang in there. We're done. We got 2 minutes left, guys. Again, thank you, appreciate you. Fun show. We'll see you guys next Friday. Drinks at the 701, and don't forget next Wednesday, Guns in the 701, and of course every Friday, Mitchell in the morning, KFYR 550, 99.7 FM, and iHeartRadio. And Clay simulcast that baby on gunsinthe701.com on our Facebook and our YouTube channels. Thanks again, guys. Thank you, Corey. Gene, we'll see you on Wednesday, buddy. Appreciate everybody else. Have a great weekend. See some of you at the gun show tomorrow.